your host Caolan, aka Caolers, aka Seagull Neill, and
Shane Reeves, aka GreyMrFreeze.
I had a headset set up with it.
Vader gear.
Play carrier.
Just fucking send it.
Just fucking send it, mate.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of the ThePewPewCast. I am your host, Shane, along with Caolan, and today we're joined by Airsofting Jimmy. How you now, boy?
How are you now?
What's up?
Not too bad.
How's everything
America?
in the land of America?
It's rolling along, I guess.
Oh god.
Chaos. I mean, that's basically what describes America right now, just absolute chaos.
Nice.
Fun. So
Yeah,
just
sounds
your
like an
usual
honour
run
day,
of the day.
Yeah, completely.
Nothing's changed.
No, it's just getting a little wilder than it was already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone brought the vodka to the party.
Yeah, it's definitely happening in south side of Chicago.
Oh man.
I'm waiting for Russia to stand up and go, we also had something to do with this. Not only the election, but this is also our fault. And I'd be like,
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
that's it, Putin. Stick your nose in it there, boy.
Right, so we're going to go over a couple of things, airsoft and gaming related. So, if you just want to give us a bit about yourself and just give us a general introduction about who you are and what you do.
Well, my actual name is James. I play airsoft. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know, man. I'm a photographer. My normal job is I'm a heavy equipment operator. So I'm just like a normal dude that just tries to, I don't know, find things to do, I guess. I get too many
Nice.
hobbies, man.
That's good. So, how long have you been playing airsoft?
We're going on, I think we're going on a year and a half.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, everybody, I started playing when I was a little kid in my buddy's backyard. You know, I think everybody's had those days, but I got a fly in here. But I stopped playing for a long time. I started playing paintball for a bit, and then I quit that because paint is outrageously expensive. I mean, it's I think $40-something for a box of 2,000 over here. So,
Jesus.
and that's low end.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is stupid. You know, you go
Yeah.
pay all this money to play, then you're also got to buy all this paint. A lot of fields have proprietary paint that you have to use to their field. You can't bring in paint. So it's I'm not doing this. And I stopped that. And yeah, just about a year ago, I was sitting there watching your airsoft cheater videos, go figure. And then I was dove into I found Dutch, and then I found Alphonse, and I found all the rest of them. And then I was like, all right, this looks fun. I think I'm just going to get back into this. And then now it just took off. I went from let's start on a low budget to now I'm just spending stupid amounts of money on airsoft.
Yeah. Same as all of us.
Everyone. Yeah.
Pretty much where everybody ends up.
Yeah. You start
That
off with
$5,
your
€5 is now €150
Yeah.
a day later for no reason whatsoever.
Right?
How it always goes.
yeah.
I mean, I do a lot of real steel stuff too, but shit, man, I just spent, what was it, $300-something on a new plate carrier, you know?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I already have one. Actually, I got 4 plate carriers, so I don't need another one.
Oh god.
It's not why
Yeah.
do you need it? It's I like it. I want it. I have
Oh
it.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then it's
Definitely.
depression
And then
for
you
the
gotta-
next couple of weeks afterwards.
You know,
Just wait till
the
you do
other
it.
the other 3 I got, they're all Coyote Brown, and then now I'm well, let's build a multi-cam kit. So now you buy a plate carrier, and then you buy a belt, and then you start buying all the pouches and all the rest of the shit. Right?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you look at your
90% fashion.
oh yeah,
10%
yeah.
actually doing it.
You guys aren't a multi-cam
No.
down there.
For
You guys don't
multi- Yeah.
yeah. We call it multi-glam here, you know.
Multi-glam. That's a good one, actually. Yeah.
I still love
What's mainly worn here is M81 pretty much.
Dude, I love
And then a bit of
M81.
Fleckguard, what I can't pronounce that word at the moment.
Flecktarn.
Flecktarn, that's the one. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Flecktarn's sweet. Because that's the German pattern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff
Yeah.
is sweet. I like that. It's
You
kind of
find-
like the closest thing to that we have, I would say, is probably like the Marpat Woodland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the thing to Flecktarn, but Flecktarn is sweet. No, that's cool.
Yeah. You find
M81.
M81 is the main one. It goes back and forward. I find there's trends. So like in America, like 90% of the time we're going to see multicam in any of those videos, but like here it's multicam. It's what's the other shitty multicam? Or sorry, M81, and then what's the other one? Tropic multicam. That's the other one I find, right?
Multicam Tropic.
Even though lads are like, oh, you wear it, it's so cool. I'm like,
what's super weird, like airsoft wise with camo, if you come up here, like, so if you play tan, you have a ton of multicam, right? But you would be surprised, like most events that I go to, I don't know so much about like the big national events, but like most of your more normal Milsim events or even like local skirmishes, a majority of the people are rocking green, like they're M81 or solid Ranger green or OD green or something like that.
Yeah.
We're almost like multicam's like heavily outnumbered, surprisingly, for how many people you see wearing it in gameplay videos.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, it isn't so bad then. So the world isn't ruined just yet.
Yeah.
No,
That's the way I see it.
like honestly, the past few events that I've been to, like green just is heavily outnumbered tan.
Yeah.
And like I don't know why multicam falls under tan because the majority of it is green, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I wonder if it's have to do with ticket sales. Think about, I'd say multicam's going to run out. Let's just go off and get the green. We've done loads of times. Remember, as green, like we all now have a multicam set because green would sell out quicker than if they said multicam team was.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because where we
So
play.
you had to bite the bullet. You had to
bite the bullet.
Yeah.
So we had to bite the bullet
nice.
so we could get tickets for Nilsson.
Yeah.
And we had to
Wasn't
get that
nice.
one. And then so we had to bite the bullet again this time because we had to get Rust 4 kits for
I
the
didn't
next Nilsson.
I bought the bullet because I love Putin. That's why.
Yeah,
God bless Mother Russia.
I had to go and get full Invader Gear Ranger Green kit for the weekend. A load of lads had to go off to, what was that site you use?
Oh, the grey shop, yeah.
The Grey Shop and get
Great shot.
Russian Gorka kits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I was an idiot. I got a Gorka for winter.
Dude, I saw that website and I was like, this is the coolest website in the world.
Oh, it is, yeah.
I'm gonna be
100%,
tracked by
yeah.
the KGB right now for this website.
Yeah.
they know where I live.
And I probably ended up on it, and then you feel like you end up on every U.S. government watch list.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it, it's a .ru, man.
Oh god, we ordered ours a month ago. No, 2 months ago. And it took over a month to get to us because we said no, we'll pay for Russian post. It's fine. Everyone else ordered theirs on a Monday and got theirs Wednesday, Thursday, the same week. We said Nash, we're sitting there going, you son of a...
But you only
It's the
paid
postal
for
service.
you only paid for standard shipping because Cali paid for the express shipping. He literally had his next day on his doorstep.
Because of his express shipping, what he paid express shipping was what we paid for post because it varies for the weight. So ours was €84 to ship from Russia, or was €116 between 1 to 5 days. No, sorry, it was 58 for post. Sorry, it was 116 to 1 to 5 days, or was 84 to have it next day. That makes no sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense
No,
at
it doesn't
all.
make sense at all. Yeah, it's cheaper
Right.
to have one day.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And we were like, well, because me and Ashton are like poor anyway, so we're just like, sure, Russian post will do. After the Milton we
Soviet
wanted
Russia,
it for,
doesn't
it
post
arrived
you,
that
it
Monday
post you.
at my house. I was like, you son of a bitch. God damn it.
That's when you sit there and you're like, all right, what's the catch here?
Yeah.
Why is it this much cheaper than one day?
It comes with a Russian spy built into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, already.
FSB spy.
Oh, man.
It's Ireland,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, wrong country. I meant to be in America right now. I'll just get on
Do you
the phone
guys-
with myself.
Do you guys have is that Russians team? Like, are there people down there that are a part of that?
There is one team in Northern Ireland that are
Hmm.
Russians, but there's like only 4 of them.
Dude, I played with a couple. There was like 3 of them. I was at this mall event in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I was rolling with these guys, and we're in the back of the store, and it's pitch black, right? I don't know these dudes at all. I got lit up like right off the bat. And all of a sudden these 2 guys, like these 3 guys, they flip down their nods and they start talking to each other in Russian. And it was so funny because in the back of the store, you just hear the guy that shot me and like his whole like squad. They're like, English, please. Where are they? And then you just hear them like, oh, ow, ow, ow. I was like, oh man, you're not beating night vision.
No, you're not at all. So what originally got you into
the one guy? I heard the one guy. He's like, not only got night vision, but they also talk in Russian. What the hell is this shit?
Just see some guy at the back of the room going, Wolverines.
Yeah, right.
Oh god. So what originally got you in? Was it the YouTube then specifically that got you into sport, or was it just weapons handling and that kind of thing?
Well, it was kind of a bit of both.
Yeah.
Because part of it came from YouTube, like watching YouTube. I was like, you know what, this looks like it'd be fun. But there was a part of it that I was like, I see there's a lot of people that I follow on YouTube that are like firearms people, former special forces of some sort, and they all say that like they use airsoft as like a form of dry fire training.
Dry fire testing, yeah.
I don't know what it is about it like up here, but up here, like you have like the diehard airsofters that are like the Too Cool Clan. I'm not going to name any names, that are like big on Instagram and everything else. And like some of them are like, yeah, like I think it's a great way to dry fire train. And then other ones are like, oh, you're stupid. You're like, it's just stupid. They're not even remotely the same. Yeah, it kind of is. Like you can't really.
Practicality of it is the same. Obviously, you don't have real steel recoil or anything like that. And then you get your like, a airsoft pistol, tiniest bit of kick compared to like an actual 9mm or 45.
But like, between basic weapons transitioning, like, and if you have a plate carrier and you actually intend to use this shit for real steel, it's a great way to test out your setup. Where you want to place things, how the certain pouches feel and look and whatever, like you figure everything out pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. I was like, you know what, this seems like a great way to like test gear and see how it goes. Cause I mean, you can't exactly go running around an urban setting with an M4, like, don't mind me, officer. I'm just testing out my stuff, just doing
with your orange tip on the top.
Just doing
there was a guy in New York, wasn't he? He was on his roof of his apartment building and he got arrested. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
Because his neighbor across the road was overlooking his building. And
I guess like I was reading an article, and they don't know how he got on the roof of that building, because that was apparently the roof of like a nursing home.
What?
Yeah, there was that. I don't know if they ended up finding out that was his building or like a part of his building or what, but apparently it was like the roof of like a nursing home, and someone in an adjacent building just saw this kid like out there with his gun.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm like, looking at him, he's obviously not trying to harm anything. Like he's
gone to a roof where you think it would be somewhat secluded, like.
Yeah, I mean, I get it though. Like, why they called the cops? It's fucking New York, but that kid should have definitely thought that one.
Yeah, he should have thought that through a bit more. Like,
man, no one will see me. Like, there's skyscrapers all around me. They'll never know I'm here.
Yeah. So I seen you started up the YouTube channel.
I haven't put anything on it since I started it.
Yeah, you put up one video which was very good. You had your, where is it now? Your LBX plate carrier?
Yeah, my 0300.
0300, yeah. Grant, so what are you planning in the future towards your YouTube channel?
Probably more gear stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I feel like I definitely want to do a review on this new plate carrier I just got. It's the LBT. It's the new 6094, their G3, which is the laser cut.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I want to do like more of an in-depth review on that video view, because I mean, let's be real. I mean, that post kind of got a decent amount of like traction, but I mean, I feel like when people are trying to find gear reviews, they're searching on YouTube. So I want to do something on that. I want to do something about this LBX pouch that I have on there. I want to do this Eagle Industries belt that I just bought. I want to do one on that, which that one will be interesting because it's definitely, I mean, it's what I expected, but not what I expected too all at once. T-Rex Arms has a dump pouch that I'm trying, and so far I like it, but I want to do a review on it because I feel like there's something basic that they're missing out on that they could have done. It works with this Eagle belt better than what it's designed to be. Other than that, I mean, it's probably just going to be more gear stuff, really.
That's
Unless
good.
if I do, like our team, we want to do like some sort of like, we want to create some kind of cool content, and that'll probably end up on my YouTube because we don't really have a YouTube.
Yeah, like a team YouTube. It's more personal.
Yeah,
everyone has a personal.
It'd be. I mean, a majority of it would be just for like Instagram, but we want to be able to put it. I'll put it probably on my YouTube just to put it on my YouTube.
Yeah.
For the most part, I think I'm going to try to keep it like gear review related. I believe.
That'd be good. Yeah, because there's not a, but there is gear related YouTubers, but there's a very small proportion of airsoft gear review or airsoft YouTubers that are mainly just gear, and then the rest of them, 90% of them
it's all
are
like gameplay stuff.
Things like that. Yeah. That's
and
good.
What I find like with my 0300, the way I did that, like I wanted to do it to where it was more in depth than what most gear reviews are. Like most people are like, yeah, you know, it feels kind of light, and I put it on and it's comfortable, and you know, it's this, okay, but you know, what makes the things different? You know, why is this like the way it is? You know, and that's what I tried to do with that one is I tried to go more in depth with it and talk about the pros and cons and like basically things that I think that they could have did that could make that plate carrier even better than what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, that plate carrier is relatively old, and they have a new one that's supposed to be coming out sometime at the end of the summer. That's essentially, from what I gathered off the SHOT Show videos that I saw, it's basically the Cordura version of this laser cut 6094 G3. So it's like the 0300, but it's also going to have the clips. It's going to have some other basic things. The more affordable version, I guess you could say.
That's good anyway. So moving on to next question. Milsim or skirmish?
Oh my God. Milsim, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like going playing some open play skirmish games, but like I don't know. Sometimes they're fun, other times they're just chaos.
Yeah.
Beyond chaos. You know, like it's hard to describe it. Here it's like the ones I go to, it's either a free for all where like just people are all over the place and like you're trying to like organize some sort of thing and like try to do something and just people just are like, huh? It's like left field. You know? Yeah. But they can be fun because they're chill, whereas like Milsim's more intense. But I don't know, I like Milsims a lot more.
Yeah.
Where like you can actually get like a small unit tactic going and it can actually kind of do something.
Like going from my day job being in the army and then going and doing airsoft at the weekends or whatever. And like you've noticed that at Milsim, especially with our team that we have, the Spartan PMCs, we go out there for the entire day from like a Milsim. And the way we gel when we're in a firefight or something, we just know exactly what each one of us is doing and the way we're going to do it, which is good. Yeah. Because
it makes it more fun, because I feel like when you go to like an open play and you don't get to create that aspect, you know, that dynamic, you're pretty much, it's like you're on your own and you go out there and you get shot and it's like, okay, I'm going to go walk back to the spawn. And then I respawned. Okay, now I'm going to go back. Okay, I got shot. Now I'm going to walk back. You know, like there's no flow to the game.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. I like the fact that like a Milsim event can have a flow to it when things are done right.
Yeah, especially the ones we mainly go to be like the Blurgan Milsims. They're kind of in the northeast of the country. And being in Ireland, the way we're tiny country, only 4-point-something million population. And then, but the airsoft community is tiny in Ireland, but it's very, you know, very proud kind of airsoft community. And everyone knows everyone or knows of someone, or, you know, that kind of way. Everyone gels with each other. It's good. It wouldn't be toxic in any sort of way. and then you'd be having a firefight with a guy, and you're like, that prick, you know, trying to kill him, and then like 2 minutes later, you're both dead, sitting in a ditch, laughing with each other, and just having the absolute crack, like.
Yeah.
Really good.
See, I wish it was like that here. No, my team and I, we went. So we're going to this event. It's next weekend, not this weekend coming up, the following weekend. And it's in Wisconsin at this place called Black Ops Bristol, which Alphonse has done a video there. Pretty much all of them have done a video there because normally, I guess, American Milsim holds Northern Front there. They did just a big one they were going to do, but COVID kind of ruined that. But it's super cool. Anyway, so like the place has a giant like town section, and then it has a woods section. And we went up there to go just try to work as a team and like learn some of the building layout for the town and kind of come up with a general plan, like where we think a flank would be good from where it wouldn't be good, you know, where we think a majority of the fight's going to happen from where we're going to be able to actually move ground. And we went up there, and you get like out here, you get people, you know, we had this like 40-something-year-old dude who obviously doesn't listen to the rules.
Yeah.
He comes flying into this room, and he shot me point blank, which whatever, dude, like I don't really care. But I called the hit, the initial hit. He comes into the room, he shoots me from like, I don't know, 15 feet away. Call the hit, arm up, comes right up to me, puts like barrel to my shoulder, shoots me again, barrel into two other people, like two of my other teammates. But like the one took one, I think to the side, and the other one to the arm. And he put it like barrel into him, fucking it broke skin. They were bleeding, like just ignorant stuff, you know. And then like he hit me later on, and then he's yelling that he hit somebody else, and I'm like, no, dude, you hit me. Like you just said, you hit someone with 4 shots. You hit me with 4 shots to the chest. I called a hit. Like, dude screaming, and it's just like, dude, this is stupid, man. Like
just airsoft rage, like.
Open plays are nuts. Yeah. You know? Jeez. I just don't get it. But you know, you get all the people, they just don't want to listen to rules. Rules are simple.
Yeah. If you can't follow the rules, don't play, like. You know, they're there for everyone to enjoy the game. If you don't do it, you could be having fun, but you're ruining the fun for other people that are playing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And so there's, I don't know, is there teams over there that would have like ranking structures and everything? Because I've seen that in a couple of videos.
Some
people
do,
take it real seriously.
Yeah, some people take it like next level serious. I mean, for us, we're just all labeled. It's Alpha 1 to Alpha 8. I'm 8. And then obviously our 1 is our team leader. But other than that, we don't really there's no sergeant. There's no any shit, you know. Yeah. There are teams out here that do that. I have seen that before. Yeah. Where you have like your sergeant, your master chief, and all these other things. What is this? The SEAL teams? Like,
exactly.
We're playing airsoft. Like,
running around with toy guns, with shooting people with little plastic BBs.
Yeah. Like, most of the teams are pretty cool. That like the Havoc Squad guys. I played with them. They're super cool. They're not doing the whole lieutenant, master, chief, that whole 9 yards, you know. But then you get, and like, that's what I like, is I like chill teams. Like, we're here to have fun, but we're here to also play, you know.
Yeah, we're here to have fun and also kick your ass, like.
You know, like, if we have to yell at each other, we're gonna yell at each other and get it over with. But I mean, it's more so you're getting yelled at because you are legitimately doing something stupid that affects everybody, you know, like, you're just not listening. But for the most part, like, I've seen a team, they were like yelling at some like 15-year-old kid that's like newly joining this team because he didn't button hook a doorway tight enough. Like, the kid's like 15, 16 years old. Like, he doesn't understand what button hooking is yet. You know, like, he probably just got into airsoft, and you guys were like, he asked you if he could join, and you're like, we'll train you, you know?
Yeah. Jesus. The teams take that like to the serious level over there, where they go have like training days and they all go training at this place. Do they actually? Oh god!
Look up Green Mountain Rangers.
Green Mountain Rangers. I'll just have a little gawk here now. Is that GMR. On Instagram? Is it?
Yeah, it's GMR, Green Mountain Rangers. They're one of those. I don't know their background.
Mm.
I don't know anything about him
Yeah.
other than that, like, they're an airsoft team and they have a podcast, but they have like developmental teams and different things like that. And they have like legit training days, and they like have requirements for gear and things like that that people have to have, and they take it next level serious. Like they have, I think they got YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure is where I've seen them, where like they do have like their training days. You gotta watch it. It's great.
I'm just seeing it. Yeah, there's a couple of pictures here on. They do real steel stuff as well. A couple of pictures there.
Yeah, they're super into real steel.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of them have like prior military service or not, but
I say,
even if you do,
one or two of them would have to for all this, I'd say.
Yeah.
For this kind of, what they have lads.
But you can like sign up. Like they have like classes. Like you can sign up and go to their class, and like I don't know. I don't
teaching classes, yeah. Weapon safety and everything. Jesus.
I think it would be cool. Like I've talked to my team about it. Like I think it'd be cool to do like an Airsoft 101 class. You know, like take new kids that are new and teach them like things that you should know going into Airsoft.
How to ply a doorway, how to move.
Yeah, you know, some basic things to make the game more fun for them, but also the safety aspect of it. You know, like we were sitting there at an open play game, and you got this kid had, I don't know, he's probably like 18, but you can tell he had no basic firearms knowledge.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, we're like waiting for a game to start. It was like just before they read the rules, and he's like sitting there just like flagging people with his gun like it's funny, you know, and his safety's off, you know, and it's like, dude, somebody could be caught off guard. You can pop one and it's going to hit them right in the corner of the eye and go in between your goggles or something and put their eye out. Like that's basic safety stuff, you know.
To the ground, don't be pointing it.
Yeah.
What's like, what kind of joulage would you be working with over there? Like what feet per second would you say?
Over here for your M4 class, your max feet per second is 400.
400, so about 2 joules. I think that's about 2 joules. Yeah, and then DMRs and everything.
Well, for us, for 400, it's the joule unit limit is usually 1.5 joules.
Oh, 1.5.
With 3 2s is what they. A lot of events will chrono it with 3 2s. Unless I think Milsim West does it different. I think I think their max size that they go to is like a 2.8, I believe.
Yeah.
Or a 2.5, but they provide BBs, so it's a little bit different rules.
Yeah, especially when they're providing them. Because the Milsim we have, the Blurgan Milsims, they as of I think it was last year they first started providing the actual BBs for the games, so that they could have actual proper ammo cases and all that sort of thing, ammo resupplies. That's what they did. But then what would be like the maximum for your snipers, your DMRs? Would they be up to like
the snipers are about 550, I want to say.
Yeah.
And I think DMRs are about 5.
And then you have your engagement distances then. Your minimum
depends. You're doing an open play for like an M4, it's 10-foot engagement distance. If you're doing a milsim, there's no minimum engagement distance for most milsims.
Yeah.
And some of the pistols, like they don't really chrono a lot of pistols over here from the events that I've been to, and some of them pistols shoot hot.
Yeah.
Real hot. Like the Elite Force, like the 1911, the GovTac. Holy shit, does that thing shoot hot?
Yeah. And then if you've got like 0.4s or something in that, that'll hit you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, it hits hard, really hard.
Jesus. Could only imagine how someone walking up with a 500 FPS 1911 or Glock. Jesus. So how often?
All DMRs out here have to be like semi only. You can't take like an M4 and be like, "This is my DMR."
Yeah.
No, they don't allow that. But I know like American Milsim and they're getting rid of the DMR altogether, and I believe a few other promoters are starting to get rid of the DMR altogether because they're like, there's really no point for it.
Yeah, so it'd either be a bolt action or it would
either bolt action or you go to an M4 and then you're just arriving there. Which I get it because I mean the DMR is kind of useless because I think their minimum engagement distance at an event, I think theirs is like 25 feet or something like that, or I don't know. I've never played it, so I can't remember. But they do have a minimum engagement distance.
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, well, you're not effective at all at that point, you know?
Yeah.
I think they're trying to get rid of that, and then they're just going to keep it with snipers and M4s then.
Sniper M4, yeah.
Because
So
plus then you get people to argue. I'm only going to shoot it on semi, you know? I don't need to have the selector taken off, you know, whatever.
sure, even with a DMR, if you found semi-auto and you got that trigger finger going, and you're doing it, like you can
do it
the
pretty
exact
quick.
same thing with M4, like.
Yeah, exactly.
DMR,
Exactly.
So before the whole COVID-19 thing hit the world, how often would you get out and would you play?
Before I was getting out a few times a month, I'd go out and play. And then I'd do usually every couple months I'd do like an event.
Yeah.
I'd try to do. But I mean, that was only if it was going to be pretty much semi-local. You know, if it's not going to be semi-local, then I wasn't going to go travel. I wasn't going to do that many events. But now that this COVID hit, I played back in March at an event, and that was right when everything started to shut down.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It was basically right when everything started to get like really well known, like this is a problem. And then I had an event that was for April, but that got moved till June. And then I did that event. I've done 2 open plays this year. What other event have I done? That's it. This will be the second event. Or no, yeah, I did one other event. Kankakee one. And then now, so this will be my 3rd actual event this year. So I've only played like, I think 5 or 6 times this year. Total.
Yeah. I think I've only got out this year twice because Ireland, you can basically only play Airsoft in spring, summer, and autumn. There's barely anywhere that would be, in the winter, it'd be freezing wet. It wouldn't just be cold, it'd be wet cold. It'd be rain and lashing rain.
Yeah, which is just miserable.
Yeah, just absolutely gut-wrenching. And then, Shane's back.
Sounds like you guys need to invest in those new Polar Stars.
The new Polar Stars, yeah.
At least then you don't have to worry about like
warriors.
Your gun getting wet and your batteries from fully mechanical. You can go lay in a lake, dude, and shoot people.
that would be a health and safety risk over here.
Oh, it would. The insurance will go up by about 10 grand.
Yeah. We've had 2 sites since
3, nearly
3,
4 now,
is it?
Yeah,
closed down because of insurance.
Silent Orchard, and then you had 2 others.
Yeah,
near the west.
What did they close for?
Ep.4, because insurance costs.
Really?
Insurance
What,
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't, man. I'm sure insurance is nuts. I'm sure it is here too. It's got to be.
Yeah. But because COVID shut down, they couldn't.
Yeah.
They had no income, so they couldn't pay their insurance.
So basically,
like you still have to pay us. Yeah.
But like even when we watch stuff that you do over there, like look at Balahak, the 2 and 3 story buildings. Like if you said that over here, literally, are you fucking nuts?
Yeah.
You can't put people in a 2-story building and shoot out of it. Like I remember when Dave was looking for insurance, he didn't know what he needed to cover really at one stage because they brought in a whole load of new stuff. So like he's more concerned about the Thunder Bees and whatever. And when he said the Claymore, they fired BBs out of him, your one automatically ignored the BBs part and heard Claymore. And understood a Claymore is an explosive. And all she could say is, but aren't they going to be firing like ball projectiles, ceramic and stuff like that? And he goes, no. What? And she goes, our Claymores, the bombs that soldiers put down the ground. She goes, yeah, that's really clear. We're not going to blow people up. You know what I mean? He had to explain to these people, they're not real. They're toys for all the world. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's what I would love to know.
Would have went up.
I would love to know like what Josh Warren tells like the people that own the land that he puts Milsom West on at, because they have live fire, you know, and they're launching flares and shit at night, you know. So it's like I wonder what he tells these people as they're like launching flares and you just hear some, you know, 50 cal blank fire going off on the top
AK
of
50 versus 50, like
yeah.
It's a blank envelope or a black envelope underneath the table.
Yeah, somebody with a 240 just going to town, you know.
Yeah. I'll give you this brown envelope if you just say nothing. There you go.
Yeah.
You know,
Here's a briefcase. Yeah.
Yeah, just say nothing.
What is happening in my
Warranty
backyard? It sounds like a war zone.
Yeah.
I don't remember a trench been here before. What? I'm waiting for Milsom like that to pop up now, where they literally go, lads, did you bring shovels? Why? Trenches.
Yeah.
Foxholes? This is Milsom, goddammit. Build your fucking trenches in your foxholes.
Change.
Right?
Remember one of the Milsims, they were like, oh, bring sandbags, we'll build defensive positions.
Oh, yeah, because that was
like,
going to happen.
Yeah, I was like, I barely want to do that in work, and never mind, I'm not going to pay for, so I have to build a defensive position.
Yeah.
You can pay me and I'll do it, but no, I'm not paying to do it.
Yeah.
That's like I got one of my buddies on my team. He's like a military contractor, and he's already done like all these deployments and different things. And he's like, that's his big thing with Airsoft. He's like, I don't want to go to an event and have to do what I've already had to do overseas. Like, you know, like I don't, you know, I some of it would be fun, but otherwise, like this event we're going to, they got a helicopter ride, you know, where you can shoot out of the helicopter. He's like, I've been in enough helicopters. I don't really want to get in another helicopter and shoot out of it, you know?
Yeah.
I say it's all fun and games until you've just gone to peak shooting a minigun off the back of a helicopter. Once you've done that, everything else is just boring.
I love those videos, man. I follow so many different like war pages, and I'm just like, every time those are posted, CRAMs are posted. What else do I love watching? Those are the main two. But every time you hear those, just
the burst off.
Like,
A10s.
the A10s. That's the other one I love watching. Yeah, and then you hear the echo.
600 people.
Yeah.
An entire ISIS convoy has just disappeared.
Yeah, just disintegrated.
Find the meme for the hill, or was it The Hills Are Alive? You know, with the Sound of Music, you know that one?
Yeah.
It goes, The Hills Are Alive with the sound of, the A10 comes in, just bombs the shit out of it, and you're like, there it is. There it is.
Can't believe they wanted to get rid of that out of the US Air Force.
And do you know what they want?
I don't get
That's
it.
what we have.
Yeah.
They were going to replace with PC-29s, the ones that we use in the Air Corps.
I've had buddies that have been overseas, and they've been like, dude, there is nothing that makes you feel more comfortable and like American pride than when you're in a shitty situation and an A-10 comes in.
Yeah.
He's like, as soon as you hear that, you're like, I'm gonna live today. You know, like
There was
I don't know why they'd want to get rid of that.
Yeah, there's a video of a US soldier, I think it was an ambush or something, and he has the 249 and he's crawling through and he's trying to get in air support, trying to get more people to support him, and then all you hear in the distance is brrr, and your man just goes, yes. Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
That's all government.
That's awesome. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to get rid of something that is that effective for like close.
You know
air.
what's serious when Chuck Norris had to get involved? Like, God's sake.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that. Look at this thing. I will kill Congress if they don't keep the A-10 in place. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Chuck Norris going around and going, it will stay. It won't.
Yeah, right.
What?
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah, it's gonna stay. Otherwise,
Chuck
I'm going to
Norris,
own
next
this military.
Yeah. So
Chuck
what?
Norris is the guy in video games that can actually take the enemy spawn. Chuck Norris is.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Right?
He doesn't know what spawn protection is.
No.
He is spawn protection.
Yeah.
So in your, I know you've a real steel arsenal and you have your airsoft arsenal. So what would be your weapon kit for both? So if you had your airsoft, what weapons are you using?
For airsoft, I have a VFC, the Avalon Mark 18, And then I also have a KWA SR7, which I'm trying to get rid of now. Because I think I'm going to get the Avalon 416, and that'll be basically my second one.
Yeah.
And then I just got the Glock, the 19X. That's my sidearm for airsoft, which I like that thing a lot so far. And then real steel wise, I've got an AR pistol. Got to say pistol here in the United States.
It has the stock. Yeah. It's a pistol.
Yeah.
ATF. Put it to my shoulder. Put it to my cheek. It's a pistol.
It's a pistol. But I have a 10.5-inch pistol. That one's PSA, but I've got put a Grizzly handguard on it, and it's got a FN Cold Hammer Forge barrel on it. I love that thing.
Yeah.
That is my little baby. Then I have a 16-inch AR, which is, that thing's pretty basic. It's a nitrite, nothing too fun, which I'm about ready to snap it in half, honestly. It's been extremely frustrating lately. I've been having this issue. Well, all right, so I've been having this problem with getting the bolt to lock back. The gas rings are good. I just put a new gas tube on it and gas block on it. It's not the mags, because I put the mags in my other one. No problem. Some of the mags are brand new. I'm like, God, why are you doing this to me? So now I'm going to start testing things. I'm going to start putting different bolts in. I'm going to start putting different buffer springs in. I'm going to test a bunch of different things.
Check the spring in the hold open device. I don't know. The styre anyway. Oh, that's working grand. Yeah, because we had that problem with a couple of our styres in work, and the hold open device wasn't. So when your last round goes through, the hold open device in the magazine holds up, pops up, and then stops the bolt from going back forward. But a couple of that was happening to a few of ours, and it just turned out the springs weren't.
Usually it's just a worn spring in the magazine. Yeah. But even in a brand new mag, that shouldn't be a problem at all. No. That's why I'm going to set this thing on fire or something, but I'll get it figured out. But that's it for my ARs. Then I've got a 6 Hour P320. Got my carry gun that I carry a lot is my 43X. I love that little thing. That thing is great. And then I have a 19 MOS. And then I have a M&P Shield 2.0, which is my other carry gun. But I don't really get to carry it that much because as soon as I cross over into Cook County, which is Chicago limits, it's illegal. So I'm like, that's stupid. Yeah. Because it's got an integrated laser, and you can't have an integrated laser in Cook County because apparently the city of Chicago they don't want you to be more accurate with your shots. They want you to hit everybody else that's behind and over here to the left and wherever else,
Yeah, because those 1 kilometer shots you do with an aim, why do you need that?
He's got a laser. He has intent to kill somebody.
We were on the firing range doing the Shraws, and they were the simulated rounds. So you had your backblast simulator, and but it was a 9mm instead of the actual Shraw rounds, the AT4s. It was just a 9mm tube or barrel and a 9mm round, and you just see the drop. You're shooting from 100 meters away, and it drops by about 2 foot by the time it gets to 100 meters away for the 9mm. We had 9mm tracers, and you could just see the tracer dipping.
Yeah, just watch it drop.
Yeah, within 100 meters, So it was absolutely crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I want to get the straight tank, just letting you know.
But I don't want to set everything on fire around me. I hear that's a problem.
We have set mountain ranges, or Irish mountains now, ranges on fire, and we've had to go out with these big sticks with a black square of rubber and bait the fire.
Where it's got the flap on it.
Yeah, the flap. Yeah, so we did that I know of that I was there for with 0.5 50 cals tracers. We've done it with 7.62 tracers. We did it with an 84 Carl Gustav round. What was it? It wasn't a HE. What's the other one? But anyway, it sparked when it hit the old tank and the grass.
What does your army carry? What is your standard
Steyr Steyr AUG A3?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So theirs is a weird model because we have
a different housing.
Yeah, it's called the Mod 14 here in Ireland, but it's like
Mm.
a Steyr A3, a USA A3 with an ACOG on
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
So it's
yeah.
it more resembles an American-made Steyr rather than an Austrian-made Steyr that we
Yeah.
had before, we'll say.
Got you.
I think
So
it's
there,
how
yeah.
it works, isn't it? Because you got
Yeah,
just
it's
new
basically-
housings, wasn't it? You didn't
It was
get
all it
new
was the
rifles.
housing block, which is
Those
basically
are 7.62.
They're 5.56.
They are 5.56.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the FN mag. That's 7.62.
Your 240 Bravo, basically. We have
Yeah.
the Belgian,
Yeah.
the original version of it. Probably
Is that
probably the
is that
original
a
guns from
NATO?
1950s.
Is that a NATO 7.62?
Yeah, NATO 7.62
Yeah.
ball. Yeah. And then we have the sidearm with the USP.
Okay.
Which not
So
everyone
the
gets, though, doesn't it?
H&K USP. Hmm?
Yeah.
You don't get all of them, though. Not like only some officers get them, don't they? And some duty,
Yeah, it
people on
depends
duty.
if you're a combat shooting trained, so you do different courses in the Irish Defence Forces, and you can get combat shooters, or if you're a sniper, you get a sidearm. You can get a sidearm. But your standard bog standard infantry soldier would just have the rifle or the light machine gun,
Got you.
just
That's
for
funny.
the
That's
day-to-day
like-
activities.
That's like my cousin. My cousin was in the Marine Corps, and like the U.S. Marine Corps is like the shit end of the stick, essentially. Like the Navy, they get like the end of the Navy's budget every year.
Yeah.
So like they're using like he got issued this like M4 from Vietnam, and then he had like they had pistols, but a majority of them don't have pistols. And like when he went on his deployment, everybody thought that they were recon, but they're not. Like they're a field MP, which now they're getting rid of because I guess like from what he was explaining, it was almost like a field MP's job was like to arrest terrorists, which doesn't make any sense because they're with a unit, they're on the ground.
It doesn't
they're
make
breaching
sense because we're
buildings.
here to kill terrorists.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they're breaching buildings and stuff. They're a ground unit. So, but they have pistols, and when they got there, everyone's like, "Whoa, dude, you guys recon?" And they're like, "No," because it's not normal for MPs to have pistols and like the rest of the grunts. And I'm like, dude, the military is so fucking weird with what you're allowed to have, can't have.
They're the guys that go into a building when there's a camera crew around.
Right. Like,
We're here to arrest him.
Yeah, Vietnam era M4s.
Yeah. Oh god.
It kind of sounds like us, doesn't it?
It kind of does, yeah.
Rifles are 40 years old. Sorry, they're still good.
That's why.
Sorry, it'll be grand.
We got rid of the FNs, the FN FALs, the 7.62 FN FALs, because the barrels were just, even when we changed out the barrels had no rifling left in them. It was just a bare bore barrel. So then we got rid of them. Yeah. So then we got rid of them, and then we got the Steyrs.
He was telling me all of their rifles, they're like purple because like the coating on them gets so hot. It's been heated and cooled so many times, and like everything is just worn out. Yeah. He said one of the kids in his unit had like a completely silver M4, no more paint on it. So that's funny, man.
And he gets to go on recon on his own because everyone can see him.
Yeah, we're gonna put him with a recon unit.
Yeah, the space station is telling him there's lights on Earth. It's just him.
Yeah. You just see him there hiding in a ditch, putting boot polish on it, trying to make it black.
Right. Fully chrome.
Yeah. Oh. So where did you start loadout wise? Like your first weekend going off and playing airsoft? What did you show up in? A jeans, a pair of hoodie, or did you have a bit of kit lying around from your real steel?
No, so then I didn't really start investing fully in my real steel kit that much. So I called up my cousin, and he was still in the Marines at the time, and I was like, "Hey, I need some camo like next weekend." He's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, can you ship me some?" And he's like, "All right." So I paid him shipping for him to send me a pair of his camis. So I had a set of Desert Marpats, and then I bought what was it? Is it from Maddox? I think it's from Maddox or whatever. It's a cheap like grunt style plate carrier. Because I was like, oh, it's got all the pouches and everything. Like I'm going to play this weekend, so give me that. Yeah. So I got that And then those Evike plastic fake plates. My Emerson gear helmet, which has evolved a lot at this point, but it was just a basic. I didn't paint it. I didn't have anything on it.
Yeah.
A pair of ESS goggles. I have a pair of 511 boots that I'm still wearing, and I love them things. That's what I wore boots-wise, and then my KWA SR7. And I had a cheap Condor holster that I carried my Elite Force 1911, the GovTac in it. That was my loadout.
Yeah. How do you find the 511 boots with water? If they get wet, how do you find them?
They get wet, but
Yeah.
they actually dry pretty quick, surprisingly.
Yeah.
They're like, I forgot what model they are, but they're lightweight assault ones, and they've got two pretty decent sized vents on the bottom. So my feet don't get unreal hot. I like to wear merino wool socks when I play. So my feet don't get unbelievably hot, but they seem to dry out pretty quick.
Yeah. Because I had
need
when
to
I was
get
in
a good pair of
training,
Gore-Tex.
the Gore-Tex as well, are there?
I need to get a good pair of Gore-Tex for the
go
winter.
Go for Loa
thinking about
Z8s.
Loas?
Loa's Z8s. See if I can pop them up. I'll send you on the link anyway. But the Loa Z8s, I have had them for the last 3 years, and I have never had water in them, unless obviously it goes above they're 8-inch boots. They are brilliant.
Really?
I could never say nothing's ever gone wrong with them. They haven't ripped. The
See,
outside leather is all scuffed, but that's about it. The inside is.
That's what I hate about all these manufacturers of boots, whether it's work boots, shoes, fucking tactical boots. They all say waterproof. It's what is really waterproof for you? You know, they'll say waterproof, and then it'll rain, and your feet will be dry for 10 minutes, and then it starts going through because it's just a coating on the boot. You know, that's why I've always liked Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex, I've had pretty good luck with. I was thinking about getting a pair of those Solomon Forces. Try a 6-inch.
Solomons are good, but they don't last.
From
my experience, they're very good the first, say, 3-4 months you have them, and then after that, the threading or bits and pieces will fall off.
They start falling.
Deteriorate. Just start deteriorating.
You get mixed reviews on them, really, don't you? Lads are I've had these for years, deadly. Then other lads are I only got the 4 or 5 months out of them. So it's hard to know.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Whether you should or shouldn't get them, especially for the price point that they are. I got, what boots did I get there recently? Caramore, whatever the hell they are. They're on Instagram there. That thing. Anyway, they're probably the most comfortable boot I've bought so far in all the years I've been playing Airsoft. For the past 3 years previous of milsims, I've had a half a size smaller boot going to Blurgan with me, which is incredibly uncomfortable. They were also they were regatta. They were regatta. What they were. They weren't anyway great shape or form. But these Caramores are perfect. But lads kept saying to me, "Oh, get Loa or get Solomons." But the Solomons, I don't know. They're just will I, won't I sort of argument with them. And then again, my size, and that's the next thing, because they're in America. Obviously, in America, you can get anything and everything you want at any stage. But if I want a size 13 boot, they look at you and go, "No, we don't have them. Stock them. It could be next month. Could be a year from now when we get them back in." I'm like, "Well, I won't be back."
So glad I got little feet, but also I'm not too. It's my size is always sold out.
Yeah. You
I wear
then
size
probably
8.
the common size then, if you like.
Yeah, it's an 8. It's usually always the first one to go, and I'm like, I don't get it. Everybody I've ever met has a size 10 plus foot, you know, and I'm like, how is there this many people that are like me in this world, you know?
Yeah.
But I was looking at Morels too. I've heard some good things about Morels. I don't know. I wanted to try the 6-inch boot thing and see if that was good, but I don't know, man. I've always had problems work boots that are 6 inches. I've always had my heel lift out of them. That's kind of what I was worried about.
What you use for work? I normally use just a 4-inch, if not less, in a steel toe cap. Is what I normally end up using. Yeah, and I use slip-ons. I don't use lace at all with mine.
Oh, so you do okay.
Yeah. So I
usually wear an 8-inch work boot.
Oh no, I couldn't do that.
But like that's why I was thinking about. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go with another 8-inch like tactical boot for airsoft, or if I want to go with like that 6-inch style and try that out.
Yeah.
I think mine's a 6.
What I liked about the Solomons was like the Solomons with those, they have that like quick speed lace system, and I've seen people, they get that thing super tight, so it doesn't seem like that boot's gonna move at all.
Yeah.
See, it's a requirement for us, isn't it, for Blurgan? We have to have ankle support in our shoes for Blurgan.
Oh yeah.
We can't. Like I've Caremore walking boots like that. I know myself, I will destroy my ankles just stepping foot inside the forest. You know what I mean? So I got 6 inch. I think 6 inch. Yeah, exactly. I think a 6 inch.
Yeah, at least
is as far as I go.
Yeah, I wouldn't go any lower. Unless if I was doing like an indoor CQB, I'd probably wear skate shoes, honestly.
Yeah. The chances of you breaking your ankle are still quite high, but mentally you're like, fuck it. This isn't even airsoft. This is speed soft.
With a pair of skate shoes,
yeah.
Dude, there's actually like, I don't know, like I follow some guys. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of them, but like there's like the forward observations guys and GBRS guys, and they're like really big over here. They're former special operations dudes, and over half of them, like any of the ones that were in the SEAL teams, they were all saying like on majority of their deployments, they wore like Vans skate shoes. Like I could not imagine like hiking through the mountains in Afghanistan or wherever, rocking a pair of skate shoes.
Yeah.
But they were like, no matter what boots they tried, they would just get like their legs would be tired, or your feet were tired. And they're like, I can just put these on. They're lightweight, they're comfortable, and I'm dead silent, and I'm like, I get it, but I don't think I could rock skate shoes in the mountains. No way.
Well, if the enemy is able to do it in flip-flops, then Vans.
Yeah, that is true. They're rocking flip-flops, hopping rocks in the mountains,
They're doing it right. It just doesn't
it just doesn't look right. Yeah.
Fucking Vans.
I wonder can you get a multicam Vans?
Wow, I
think
didn't know
we
you were going to
made
go
a
there.
pair at one point. Like a limited edition one. You can get. Have you heard of Ultima assault boots?
Yes.
Have you heard of?
Never seen it.
They've got them. They have multicam. They've got them multicam and multicam black, and they're essentially a pair of mid-sized Vans. Is basically what they are. But they have like their maritime boot, which is supposed to like drain water really easily because it's got vents on the bottom and it's got vents on the side.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they have their urban assault, which doesn't have the vents on the bottom. But it looks like a skate shoe. A skate shoe with some shred on the bottom. They're pretty sweet.
There's so much over there. Like in Ireland, this is a boot, goes on your foot, get out of my shop. That's the way I feel like every time I walk into a place. And I kept saying to your man, as long as this boot is somewhat waterproof, they're all waterproof. Like I looked at them, I was like, there's no such thing as waterproof. It's like bulletproof.
Once it gets past,
there's no such thing as
ankle,
bulletproof.
Yeah, it's game over.
Yeah. Once it gets past that lip, no.
It's resistant.
Well, I was talking to. I called Morel the other day because I'm trying. Like I was looking for another set of boots, and I was like, they don't have Gore-Tex. They have their own membrane thing, right? So I called them and I asked them. I go, what is this like? Like, am I going to be able to stand in a puddle and for 20 minutes and my feet aren't going to get wet? Or if I'm going to stand in this puddle, my feet going to get wet in 5 to 10 minutes? And she's like, if you want to stand in puddles like that, you should probably be buying rubber boots. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not standing in a lake, like there's a reason to this. Like you're building tactical boots. Like, are they actually waterproof or not? She's like, well, it's like Gore-Tex. And I'm like, well, in Gore-Tex, I can stand in a puddle for 35, 40 minutes and my feet will never get wet. And she's like, well, it's our version of Gore-Tex. And I'm like, so this still doesn't answer my question.
Is it going to be 30 or 40 minutes?
How much waterproof is this boot? Am I going to go out there, go play a game of airsoft in the rain, and then my feet are just drenched, because I stepped in one decent puddle.
Once my feet are wet, that's why I love Gore-Tex socks. Once my feet are wet, I am miserable. Don't come near me. I will eat you. But,
yeah, because once your feet are wet, then your body temperature's all messed up, and you start getting cold really fast.
I get really grumpy, and I'm just like, nope, leave me alone. If I come to you, it's because I'm in a nice mood. Don't come to me. So that's why I love like the Gore-Tex socks. So most of the time, depending on what I'm doing, I won't have my Gore-Tex boots if it's like a dry day, or if I know I'm crossing a deep river, I'd be like, no, I won't wear my 8-inch boots because I'm going to be crossing a river and they're Gore-Tex. I'll just wear my non-waterproof boots, and that way I'll just bring in my Bergen. I'll just bring a couple pair of
socks and
sealskin socks, so I can put a pair of socks on and then put my feet back into the wet boot, and my feet won't get wet even though they're in a wet boot.
Yeah.
Then I'm not a grumpy person walking around.
Played an event back in December, and it was like there was like snow on the ground somewhat, and some of it was melted, but it was like icy and cold. Dude, it was just cold. Like, bottom line, it was cold. And I had those 511s, and they're like a lightweight summer breathable, boot. And I'm out there, and I'm like, I was wearing thick wool socks, and I'm like, dude, this sucks, man. My feet are cold. Like, I'm just miserable. And then you step in like a puddle, and your foot's wet. And I was like, I'm gonna kill somebody today.
Yeah. What's worse than 2 wet feet is 1 dry foot and 1 wet foot.
Yeah.
It is so much more annoying than 2 wet feet.
I know. Yeah, you're like, I need to just go put the other one in the puddle and just end my misery.
You're like, oh god, I gotta go find this puddle again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just even just a squitch, 1 foot squitch or squeeches or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Squishes.
Yeah.
Squishes, that's the word. Yeah. You're just like, no. Leave me alone.
I'm done.
Yeah.
That's not what ends up ending my Milsim event is my feet. Like, look, last time.
Yeah.
Destroyed. Completely, utterly destroyed feet.
Mm.
And then I remember the dog ate my boots the day before the Milsim.
Yeah.
I walked out to the hallway, and here she was, half the boot missing. And I went, I can't afford boots. I have my stuff already. What am I going to do? And the corner of my eye, what did I see?
Some flip-flops.
Yeah, I was tempted, so tempted. I was like, if it rains, I'm screwed. If this happens, I'm screwed. And I cornered my eye, there was my steel toe caps. And I was like, let's do this. Let's see what happens. And
man.
The
Were your
Sunday
toes not ripped off you?
open. They were open. I sat there
that's
Sunday.
Yeah.
This was years. This before you even started playing Airsoft.
Yeah?
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, and half the lads were like rocking up to me going, what's happening? I was sitting on a seat with my legs just straight out. And I was like, look, as I bend my toes. And they're like, that shouldn't even be possible. And I don't want to look at that. That's disgusting. Yeah. Right? What happened was, obviously the steel...
And right at that edge, just rubbing?
Yeah. And then as I did this, the steel was staying. But my foot kept moving up against it like this.
God.
Yeah. They got rid in the Irish Army. They used to have, now we have the Magnums without the steel toe. But they used to have the everyday barrack boot, basically, had steel toe caps in it. And lads are using them as their ground boots, and they're expected to go and do rucks and do all this sort of stuff, climb hills and everything in these steel toe boots. For our health and safety, we had to have steel toe boots because we'd be lifting crates, we'd be doing all this sort of thing. But when it came to actually doing army things, the steel toe just destroyed your feet. And if any soldier would know, your feet are literally your bread makers. Like, once your feet are gone, you're gone.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, like the more you're on your feet start to just naturally kind of swell.
Yeah.
And then you're wearing that steel toe, and it's just like grinding there.
Grinding, I felt more like a blade cutting. And it just didn't stop.
Well, normally I take them off before I reach that point.
I hadn't got a choice. We were told, right, your tasking is to go and...
I would have just played the fucking game barefoot, man.
I nearly should have. Like, the more I think about the event, I'm like, I could have done 20 things different. And no matter what would have happened, I would have cut open the balls of my feet. I would have cut open my entire foot. It still would have been nicer. What happened with the steel toe caps?
Yeah.
I could have broke my ankle, and I said, this isn't as painful as my toe.
Yeah, right.
Right. I could have done so much more things. I could have swung from vines and go, I'm not even touching the ground here.
Yeah.
I could have hugged the tree for the night and I would have been happy as long as I didn't have to walk anymore. It was ridiculous. I had to walk around the mountain just to get home again.
That's so miserable.
Yeah,
So miserable.
That's nearly, it felt like a 3-kilometer walk on
Yeah.
my feet that already did about 10 kilometers that day, and I was destroyed. I fell down in front of someone and I said, drag me the rest of the way. And they're like, we get you to a vehicle.
Ass.
Yeah, they wouldn't even do it. Dickheads, I know who you are. Or you live.
I would have went home. At that point, I would have been like, all right, screw this event. I'm going
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. That's usually around 10 o'clock the Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired now. I think I'm just going to go home. Yeah.
That's when all the big firefights happen. I still have not seen a big firefight on Sunday.
No,
I'm
Dude,
never awake.
most of the events I go to, the big firefights, like right off the bat. And after that, it's like, because a lot of the events, they're like, yeah, you know, you can just take lunch whenever you want or whatever. And people like, right off the bat, everyone's like super eager to go into the event, and they go into the event, and then like after that, people just kind of disperse, and the next thing you know, it's like, you know, it's like nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, what am I gonna do? Just like shoot the wall? Like, come on,
Yeah.
somebody, you know?
Like our first tasking isn't bad. We're what? We're QRF.
We're QRF, yeah, which is basically going to be a 10 minutes wait, and then we're going to get a phone or a radio message.
And then you're
like,
gonna go right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get there and it'll be over because that's life.
Yeah. By the time we get there,
QRF is just used to
either
that
side is
stage.
going to have to have won.
And then the graveyard shift, because we always get that.
We've a stag from, what was it, 12
midnight
o'clock
to 3 o'clock.
So
Yeah.
a 3-hour stag sitting in outside the fob. That'll be great crack.
Watching, as always, there
Yeah.
will be guys with nods there
Yeah.
who are only there just to see what's going on. And we can see
Yeah.
the red light. We always see the red light.
Yeah.
And they do zero to us.
Mm.
But we're all on edge because we're like, there's a red light, there's a red light, there's a red light. And we start shining torches, firing off a couple of stuff. They don't respond. But now, instead of me going, I'm half asleep now, I am wide awake.
Jamie.
Yeah, that's,
My
that's
adrenaline
it.
has
It's
kicked
Jamie,
in.
that's it. And then I fall asleep because you crash harder going, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
I've done it every night. Every time we've done stag since, I just go, fuck them. Let the
So
boys
you're
out front deal
sleeping
with
in the
that.
field for that event, huh?
Yeah, well,
We
we
have tents and stuff. But
we've
if I find a
tents.
tree, I'm asleep.
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
that's like a Milsom West. There's
Yeah.
not many of them out here that like you sleep in the field. I think, or no, Third Coast you don't either. Third Coast you have like an actual like campsite you go to and camp,
Mm.
but there's not many of them. Like
we have a
Milsom West.
campsite, but the campsite is in play. So technically,
Okay, yeah.
we'd be camping in the field to an
Yeah,
extent.
so that's
But
like
every-
that's like Milsom West.
Yeah. So we know kind of bit of common sense. If you go shooting tents in the middle of the night, you're a prick. Because lads are going to be in there asleep. Like, so we know the tents are in game, but we still at the same time don't want to be shooting people in their tents, because I know it happened at one stage and people were giving off mad about it. Lad went in, opened the tent, and just shot a guy while he was asleep. Wasn't it?
Oh no, yeah.
I don't know.
I thought
I know
that's the
lads
story
used
I
to
heard.
rock. Yeah, I know lads used to. I'm not too sure now of this, but lads used to have chem lights on the outside of their tent for like dead, so red chem lights. I know lads used to come up and rock the shit out of the tent, waking the guy up just to tell him that he's dead.
Yeah.
Followed down by your man in there, just giving out, and then just going, yeah, right, whatever, fuck off, leave me alone, don't come near me. We get it. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't care.
If I'm asleep, I'm dead. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's like whenever I walk back, if we're tired and I have a debt rag on me and they try to ask me questions and you're looking at going, I'm technically dead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stop asking me questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed. Oh, you can't just put on a debt rag and go. I said,
I
I'm
suicided
doing whatever I
myself.
want. I'm going back to bed now. Go
Yeah,
away.
right.
Yeah.
It's just.
If I want to be dead when I sleep, I'm gonna be dead when I sleep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you know. And then all the boys with their nods, aren't they? Just so. Like, I remember we hit up the enemy base once. Like, I had to ask Justin 3 times, what are we supposed to do here? And he goes, simple. We just turn up to the base and we shoot at it. We're just supposed to keep them awake in the night for the night. We're like, okay, cool. So we started shooting them anyway, and there was about 12 of us, and we were walking back, and the guy up front heard lads coming towards us. So he basically gave them just scatter. So everyone just lay in the ditch. Rifles kind of up like this going, oh shit, right? If this kicks off, at least the guns are pointing in that general direction anyway. And here come two boys with nods. And let's say we're on this side here. The two boys walked, talking, and then all of a sudden the two of them just went. They kept walking down, and the two young lads beside me were like, ha, they didn't see us. And I was like, wrong. They knew better.
Yeah.
They were just like, no, we're not dealing with them. No, you just see them out. Because, like, they have nods. They can see how many people are sitting in the ditch looking at them.
Big white faces, big bright green faces coming back at them, like.
You know. And yeah, exactly.
Right.
So I was like, if you sat there and honestly thought that they did not see us, I said, they should come back and just shoot you and leave it at that. Like,
yeah, if they really didn't see you, they probably shouldn't be wearing night vision to begin with.
Yeah.
It was just a blatant, la-di-da, can't see shit. And let's just keep walking. Oh, yeah, there it is. Back to base.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, God.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I nearly laughed. I was like, I don't care if they know we're here now or not, lads. That was good. That was brilliant.
I want to get night vision so bad.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to use it for airsoft.
Yeah.
I just want it, but I don't really want to like go out and play an airsoft game and have someone shoot out like a $3,000 tube.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
That'd be me. I'd be putting on night vision, walking around my apartment in pitch black, all the curtains closed,
yeah, like, you know,
every light off. I'd be like, I can make dinner with no lights on.
Yeah. There's a guy in the States. He has a blog. It's called Pew Pew Tactical, and like he reviews like guns and different stuff. And like he did one about night vision, and he was like, once I got night vision, he's like, I was changing my baby's diapers in night vision. He's like, why? Because I could. He's like, and it teaches you a lot about how to use night vision.
What was it? T-Rex Arms put up something. Some people learn to breathe underwater. Some people learn. Oh, I can't really put it up, but it was like, but I chose to learn to see in the dark.
Yeah.
Like their superpower, like breathe underwater. Some people train to fly. Some people train to breathe underwater, but I train to see in the dark.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's probably more useful than anything else.
He posted a picture of those new quads that he just bought, and I commented on it, and I was like, is this why I didn't get stickers with my last order? I was like, and I put hashtag budget cuts for quads, and like a bunch of people started liking it. And some people were like, this is the best comment I've seen all day.
The quads are what? I remember at SHOT Show, they had them up. They were
$43,000.
Yeah.
They had them
to $45,000
on sale for, I think it was $39.99, or $39,999. So $1 off 40 grand.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, sale price, and I was like, that's sale price,
right? And out here, you can't buy them, like unless if you have some sort of ties to like a military law enforcement agency or some sort of dealer of some sort. So like, I mean, obviously he got his hands on them because he's a manufacturer technically, is what they're registered as. But like, he's trying to get his dealer license, I guess, and sell those to the public. Which I don't think I would want to spend $43,000. Like, that's like a brand new, really nice truck. Like,
but in fairness, if you had the money, you would buy 4 of them.
Oh, dude, if I had $1,000,000, of course, I'd buy quads in a heartbeat.
Every member of your team would have 2 pairs spare at home.
Boys, I bought quads.
This is my weekend set. They're shinier.
This is my Sunday best.
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard
going to mass.
I was reading something that a lot of like NSW guys, they don't really want to wear quads. Like they wear them for, I guess, for like raids in like a house. Like for instance, like when they shot Osama bin Laden, because they have that extra field of view indoors. But like, I guess otherwise they like to run just 31s. They're lighter and
that was a train. That was their second time actually using the quads for Osama bin Laden, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
They weren't used to them, so they were still finding it a bit weird. I remember reading the book.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys. They say that they don't really like them as much as you would expect. And they'll use them for indoors because it's like super close quarters and you get that extra little bit of field of view. But other than that, I guess most of them like running 31s.
Yeah.
Which even those are so dude, a set of 31s is like, what is it? I think 15,000
Jesus.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're about 15,000.
There goes my mortgage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Jeez.
I'm like, I don't think I could. I can't get myself to spend that. I was like, no way. Maybe if I'm like, 70 years old and retired, and I'm like, yeah, screw it.
Walking around the old people's home, pitch black, night, making yourself a cup of tea. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be me.
Just see a red light floating down this creepy dark hallway. All right. So where can everyone find you on the social medias, I suppose? What's your usernames?
So I've got my Instagram account, which is Airsofting Jimmy. I believe it's got an underscore.
Yeah.
It's so bad that I gotta like look this up right now. Yeah. Airsofting _Jimmy. And then the YouTube is the same thing, I'm pretty sure.
Great. We'll have all those links and
I
everything.
think it is, yeah.
Yeah. All the
But other
links
than
in the
that,
description on screen now. So
kind of about all I got, unless
Yeah.
somebody wants to look at my personal Instagram, which isn't that. I mean, it's I don't know, it's not that exciting.
Yeah.
It's a lot of photography.
Or I'll perv on it later. It's good.
Shane's sitting
All
in
right,
the
I'll do
corner.
it. Yeah. You think I'm ashamed of it? I'll be out there and.
Oh,
That's,
no
that's
shame,
not
no
how it goes with
shame.
me.
Do I get video
There's
proof?
no
though?
shame.
I want video proof though.
Video proof.
Send down
Yeah,
on
that'll be-
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Mike, 12? Get over it. Jesus.
Do you have a Kick? I'm looking for your Kick Messenger.
I have never heard of that in my life. Well, no,
Never heard of
I-
Kick?
I've never used it. I've never had
Well,
anything need of it.
Yeah.
Kick
no.
was like
Is it not
super popular here at one point, like back in the day.
Is that not like WhatsApp? No.
It is, yes. It's like
Oh.
WhatsApp. It was like
Yeah.
before
Oh, okay.
WhatsApp. Kick is like, I don't know. Now it's kind of dead because like I guess people like predators were using it and shit.
Yeah.
Not to get
Oh.
like fucked up, but yeah.
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 But
That's,
I guess
that's it. Yeah.
yeah, it's like WhatsApp basically. But everybody like back in the day when Tumblr was like a cool thing, everybody put like "kick me," which is just kind of funny. You see
Okay.
somebody post a photo, it's
Bite
just like
testicles.
"kick me."
Yeah. Right. So on that note of being kicked, we're going to end it here. So thank you very much for coming on and basically
Oh, thanks for having
the
me.
chat with us. And I'll have all your links for everything in the description, have everything timestamped and everything. So yeah, thanks a million for being here. And hopefully have you on again.
I'm down. Let me know, man.
Yeah, no matters. See you then.
Later, guys.
Hello, fellow airsofters. Thank you very much for watching this podcast with our American airsofting friend, Airsofting Jimmy. If you enjoyed the podcast, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, as well as hit the bell icon so you can see all the following uploads. Caolers out.